Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan. This is James. And today we're just going to do a quick run through of Jared Taylor's new video. Because we were going to do a video on Paul Joseph Watson. We did it, but I don't know if I'm going to release it yet. But this video seems to combine two different opinions all at once. So why not 2 for 1 right now? Pause.
Save yourself, huh? Yes.
Devon's Journey to Recovery, link in the description box. Please check that out, guys. Consider donating. Any amount will help. First thing before we start watching this, usually our Jared Taylor videos just get automatic thumbs down with less comments than usual. I would say there's not an exact ratio between comments and thumbs down. So this is my open invitation to guys who are probably already giving this video a thumbs down. At least leave a comment. We're not mean to people. Leave a comment. Make your argument. That would be lovely. Say why Jared's right and we're wrong. Explain it in detail. I don't care if you have a 10,000 word response. Just let it be known. Please. Thank you very much. Because this is about making arguments and trying to find the best answer. So, just, thumbs down because I'm a Jared fan. It does not work here. Make a freaking argument. Stand up for yourself. Jared can't, protect you forever. Say something.
Yeah. I don't want to
be the next Jared Taylor, right? Don't just let him fucking get all the glory. Yeah, be the next Jared Taylor if you really believe in this shit. Yeah. Fucking say it.
Yeah, I don't hear Jared Taylor saying, "You two low IQ freaks, you can't make an argument."
I think, in fact, Jared would probably preach against that.
Yeah. Don't stoop down to their level.
That's my little caveat for this. Make an argument.
Yeah.
God's sakes. So here we go. This is just going to be a quick run through. We've made plenty of Jared Taylor videos in the past. But, yeah, we're just going to quick run through. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Jared Taylor with American Renaissance. Paul Joseph Watson is one of YouTube's most popular commentators.
I don't know why. I think because he targets like pop culture.
Probably.
And Muslims, maybe.
And he has a interesting accent.
And he worked for InfoWars. Mm-hmm. But I think he's light work. He's light.
He recently made a video called The Collapse of Western Civilization that has been very successful. Mr. Watson gets a lot right in that video, but he leaves out something vitally important, the role of race. Mr. Watson is right to say that great civilizations die by suicide and not because they're conquered.
So you can watch our past Jared Taylor videos. We go over the points where it's like, where's your proof of this? What's the self? What is that? How about consciousness? You should probably explain that first before you say, race means this. It means you're going to act this way, or it means you're going to like these things. It could be all environmental. Who knows, man? Who knows?
And that there are many signs that Western civilization is exhausted. Drug overdoses, low birth rates, alcoholism. These are all ominous signs, and whites seem to be uniquely susceptible.
Oh, that was my room. I don't know how I got a picture of that.
He's like Kanye. He got Whitney Houston's
Whitney Houston's bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid $8 million for this. Easy. That's not even his voice.
Mr. Watson suggests a, quote, lack of a transcendent purpose as the source of despair in the West.
And I like that. I wouldn't say it's a full source, because there are dum-dums who are happy as fuck but have absolutely no purpose going on in the back of their minds.
Yeah.
They just transfer their happiness onto it, some sort of object or material thing. And then when that thing goes away, or they get bored with that thing, that's when the angst starts coming in.
And it's true that many people think of themselves only as individuals and not as part of anything greater than themselves.
That's not where I was going. I thought it was the individual finding out who they are so that they can actually tap into their happiness when need be, or understand their happiness, or understand their sadness, or understand who the fuck they are, and break free from conditioning that tells them that this is what happiness is. Because I think Jared in a minute's going to try to replace that existential journey, which is why we talk about him. I think he wants to replace your existential journey, your fucking birthright, with his idea of birthright, which is, I don't know, sculptures that some dude made a long time ago, rather than, okay, what if I break free from all of this? What am I left with? I'm left with me. Okay, what or who is me? What is that?
Yeah.
Let me find out what that is, and then you start picking up likes and dislikes as you go.
Yeah, rather than what your father is or what he's done.
Yeah.
What his dad did, and so on and so forth, you know.
Yeah.
As well as external appearances.
Because I don't think you guys want to take credit for the bad things ancestors have done.
Oh.
I don't. I'm not taking credit for that.
Like, would you consider it wrong for for somebody to consider what they've just done as an individual achievement? As far as, look at this sculpture I made, man. It's pretty cool. I like it, you know.
Yeah.
Then 10 years later, you're walking around, and a group of people are like, yeah, see, we did this. Like, no, you didn't. I did that.
Yeah.
Me. That's someone who's saying that understands what they like, who they are, and how they are an authentic individual, as opposed to everybody over here as a collective saying we did this.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's what he's advocating for. Us. Yeah.
The individual comes first, and the masses will take care of themselves. If each individual takes care of themselves, when you step back from the painting and you look at the whole picture, the masses will be fine.
Yeah. All right.
But, fear.
Mr. Watson is also right to say that the West has lost its nerve.
We live in the ruins of a civilization that has lost faith in itself. A civilization that is constantly lectured it must be ashamed of itself and slowly subverted and destroyed from within.
You see, to me, that's a natural process. I think it's best portrayed in the film The Dark Knight, where the Joker is playing that force of nature that's supposed to be breaking down your whole systems of beliefs so that you can hopefully become like Batman, where it's something reinforced that can't be moved and can't be changed. You should not stop breaking things down within yourself and obviously ideas outside of you. You should not stop breaking them down until you can't anymore. It's called creativity. Once again, there's a comment section if you disagree with me.
Yeah.
The only form of repentance.
Mr. Watson criticizes churches for failing to lead, and he recognizes something conservatives don't, namely that so-called free markets are not a panacea.
Where are conservatives in all this? Giving giant corporations huge tax breaks so they can import vast quantities of people from the third world and then pay them slave wages, while white Americans addicted to opioids live lives of atomized, nihilistic hopelessness. Is that conservatism? At this point, what exactly are we conserving?
Mr. Watson warns that Western populations are being replaced by robots and a third world slave class. Muslims, he says, at least defend their traditional values, while Westerners swallow worthless pop culture and consumer junk. This is all true. So what is the source of the problem?
We've abandoned the Enlightenment value.
Genetics. Genetics are the problem here.
Here we go.
Just playing, guys.
Values that built Western civilization.
Here I disagree.
My bad.
So what is the source of the problem?
We've abandoned the Enlightenment values that built Western civilization.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but if you just adopt them, isn't that just another form of conditioning? It's not solid gold.
Yeah.
As in someone can come along from a different culture with a better idea. Well, something you call culture, which probably means race or whatever, and has a better idea. Now it's like, well, the fuck do we do now?
No.
I can't adopt it because it's not my
Just because
thing.
someone calls it the Enlightenment does not mean like, hey, that's the thing to strive for. Were people still getting murdered? Were people still getting hanged?
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. But yeah, I think so. All right. That's not good enough.
Yeah. And
once again, it's not a solution. That's not a solution. He just told you.
yeah, whether it's the Ten Commandments or fucking Socrates or it's a Batman movie, there has to be something internal working straight up.
Here I disagree. First, Western civilization was built long before the Enlightenment. It's older than Christianity.
I don't think he meant Enlightenment, like at the era. Maybe he did. I don't know.
The West stretches back to the ancient world, from the temples of Greece to the engineering marvels of Rome. The Enlightenment contributed a great deal to the West, but it also started the abandonment of Christianity that Mr. Watson says is part of the problem.
We collectively killed God.
The Enlightenment drove Christianity out of the very center of our civilization. For 1,000 years, the faith was Europe, and Europe was the faith. The West, without Christianity, is a different place, but it is still our place.
Oh my God.
Our, as in, I believe there was still a ruling class there that, you know, I don't know. I believe they were under like servants and serfs and shit like that, and feudalism, and maybe it means all even before that. Let's go back to the Romans and all that. Like, I think there was still like, you know, like, we don't like your ideas. You're gonna hang out. See the lion's pit? That's where you're going.
Crucifixions?
You want your freedom? Be a gladiator. Risk your life.
Morally equipped, huh?
Were there not people in high towers that normal people couldn't get to? They couldn't talk to. They couldn't convince of anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like the same old shit. Guys, these, you know, the rich guys, the ruling class that just want power.
And they trick
the masses not to rebel against them by saying, we're doing this for Europe.
Or they trick them into, like, they see that they're rebelling and they trick them.
Yeah.
They trick them. They think, like, see, you won. Not really. And I guarantee you, and I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to say the specific event because I don't exactly remember what happened.
Yeah.
But it's like, go look back. I'm going to look back. I'm sure it was like a leader.
Yeah.
You know, like, see, he's your prophet. See?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
But,
Point is, they tricked you in believing he was some sort of like Messiah and shit, some savior. So he's gonna help you guys.
That was a lot with like the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
They treated their pharaoh as if he was God.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he's
passed
on to us from he's a god.
Yeah.
And that was in a lot of cultures, I'm sure, like Caesars and shit like that. But the point is, this is why we preach the individual. That's why the individual is so important. Not only is it important objectively, as in you have existential, you have metaphysical, you have spiritual value as an individual. Not only that, but that's the actual solution too. That's also why it's valuable.
It's odd, right?
Because there is no ruling classes if everyone is the ruler of themselves.
Yeah. The thing I'm arguing for is actually better than anything he could fucking conjure up at the moment.
Probably.
I'm telling you, you're more than what he's telling you.
Yeah, I think he wants
It's
collectivism and...
But then people still go to bat for this guy. It's really weird, man.
It's all right. There's a comment section for that.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Our home. Mr. Watson notes other problems.
We labour under an economic and political system that has abandoned us.
But who is us? Everyone living in the West, including millions of Muslims, the entire world? China isn't plagued by self-doubt, nor are the millions of non-whites pouring triumphantly into our countries.
You should go ask some of the normies in China, some of the poor people in China. Go find out what they're thinking. Didn't they have something where it's like you can't have daughters?
Something like that.
There's some horrible shit going on there. I don't know. Yeah. Once again, if everyone has equal value.
Point is, if there's tyranny somewhere, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. You love yourself, you can love the other. Otherwise, onward.
In America, it's specifically whites who are being struck down by overdoses, alcoholism, and suicide.
That's bullshit.
As
Stop
Steve
it.
Saylor.
Stop. Specifically whites that are being struck down by opioids, alcoholism, and suicide.
He's going by statistics.
That's stupid.
I think it's a particular adopted type of culture that does that. I think it's also a lot of working class people who, I don't know, slave away at jobs, and then when there's not enough jobs, they beg for the government for more jobs.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is the point of this?
If you're gonna go off about race, you know,
where's the value at?
who are those guys? Who are those guys in the government?
Yeah.
You know, are those white guys?
Where are you guys looking? Where's the value at?
Not that it fucking matters. Yeah, but yeah, they care. They care.
Explains, white people in America are behaving more and more like American Indians have, as a defeated and despairing race. Well,
By the way, I brought up Michael Wood Jr. in one of the past videos.
Mm-hmm.
He had a shirt, instead of Indians, it said Caucasians, and it had like it had the Indians like face the guy there, but
Yeah.
it had like blonde hair like curved to the side like a.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
How much was that?
I don't even know where I just saw it.
Like, that's the one shirt I'll like. Let me buy that. I'll wear it around. Caucasians.
We're not racist, I promise you.
That's hilarious.
Hit the comment section.
That's fucking funny.
I'll show you after.
can this be a surprise? Every day, whites hear that their history is shameful and criminal. For example,
From Dum Dums.
The history of mankind is shameful.
From Dum Dums. Yeah, and Dum Dums can do that. Dum Dums can make blanket statements about groups. You know what they can't do? They can't just go, if you're a standalone moral being, they can't go, Bob's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no, Bob's I stand on my own moral being. You can't say shit to that.
Yeah. What I mean by that, like, he's like, the history of white people is, like, you know, it's awful. It's like, no, the history of mankind is awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
There's some bright spots, right?
Yeah, there's definitely beauty, but there's
But
also some.
I can't overshadow the extreme amounts of fucking tyrannical behavior. It's insane.
Yeah.
Insanity.
From everywhere in the world.
Millions, if not.
Everywhere in the world.
Would you even say billions
What?
of people?
Killed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Throughout human history, like war and shit.
Oh, I meant like. Well, I did say mankind, but what I meant was specifically was like what? Like if I had a cutoff date, and like
You mean like the industrial age?
something like that.
I don't know if it was billions, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's
I was gonna say,
it's
like,
a fucking lot, and there's
If
people
it's some
dying.
astronomical number from this point to this point, can you imagine like the entire like time?
Yeah, well, you could just look at war itself.
Uh-huh.
That'd be a lot of people. But then
Yeah.
when you add in like peripheral things,
Okay.
like I don't know, like 9/11, you have the firemen and the policemen breathing in that fucking smoke, and
Oh, it's everything.
they
Yeah.
die 20 years
That's
later.
that's some number I don't even know.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
Malnutrition.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I cannot. Yeah. All right.
example, Plymouth Rock used to be a proud symbol of the founding of our country. Now, the town of Plymouth has put up a memorial called National Day
Pause
of
it.
Mourning.
Okay. National Day of Mourning. Since 1970, Native Americans have gathered at noon.
No, let's not read all this shit.
I'll read it. On
I gotta
Coles.
wait for you. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Fine.
Point is the individual, folks. The individual.
Telling us that the arrival of the Pilgrims was the beginning of genocide of the Indians and of racism and oppression that continue to this day.
Yes, they're dum-dums that keep you alive, Jared. As far as your ideas, they keep you going, and you keep them going. When they feel like, well, We need the race bait. Who can we? Oh, Jared's right there. We can use him. They can plaster your face all over. They get you down for an interview, and they'll be like, "Yes, ratings and money, and we're off to the races."
It's not to totally disregard what possibly drove people to do that.
Yeah. You want your ideology to keep thriving? It's like, fuck, just turn on CNN. Oh, there's Don Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
White people are bad. Yes. I can make a whole lecture about that.
I know.
You guys keep each other. See how it's bad ideas holding each other up?
Yeah.
They can't do a bob and just stand on their own.
Yeah. It's almost like, it's like this. Like someone takes a crap on the floor.
Yeah.
And there's a janitor there to clean it up. It's like, see? Shit keeps going on the floor. That's like, you wouldn't have a job if that dude stopped shit on the floor. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Every day, whites are insulted. Here is a black woman explaining that all white
Pause it.
people are racist.
That's bullshit. I'm not racist. There you go.
Yeah.
Play.
See how an individual knows themselves?
Yep.
There it goes. Out the window.
So we can try to make up for it by sending money to her PayPal account. And if you dare to resist the idea that you are constantly, unconsciously oppressing non-whites, then there's a whole book to explain to you that you are not only racist, but you suffer from white fragility.
White fragility?
See?
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Can you guys not see them holding each other up here? Do you not see that? You picked out a random lady in a classroom with
Yeah, I know.
fucking magic markers.
Why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism. I can talk about it. Boom. It's over. All right, keep going. Silly.
And remember Sarah Jones. She is now on the editorial board of the New York Times.
Oh.
This story's been beaten to death.
Yeah, and
My God.
she's a dumb fuck, so.
Yeah. She's either a dumb fuck or... Actually, after this, I'll go back and look at those tweets and see if she's responding to someone else.
Yeah.
Responding dumbness with someone else's dumbness.
She's either dumb or she's corrupt. That's simple.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, look. Corruption has no color. Look at that.
Wow.
She's Asian and she's a she. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Even her hair's a little colored. Is it?
That's the light.
About
Just
the
wait for
most
it.
prestigious
Wait for
place a journalist can be. Despite tweeting things like, white people have stopped breeding. You'll all go extinct soon. This was my plan all along.
Now, if I had to guess, that might be sarcasm responding to something.
He's like, see? Evil.
Then the powerful fade.
Now, what does it say to whites when people like her are in positions of authority? So, what's the solution?
Like, oh, I know. The solution is, oh, you're wrong. This is why. There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. All white people? Stop it. You kidding me? Doing the same shit you do, man.
It's literally telling the world, like, listen, everybody. Everybody's favorite color is red. I proved it. It's right here. I proved it. Everyone's favorite color is red.
Like, no, it's wrong.
And I'm like, mine is blue. So I know you're wrong.
Yeah.
I know you're wrong.
Yeah.
Same thing here.
Mr. Watson, there is no solution. He thinks the collapse of our civilization is overdue. Wrong. Our civilization is dying because we can't even admit that it's ours, that white people built it.
Stop it. Holy fuck. There is no our civilization. There's the world. This is the only time I'm okay with collectivism. When everybody understands the difference between good and evil, and they're striving for the best possible idea, and civilization as a whole is literally Japan, fucking, England, America. I could keep going. Like, every fucking place was a population, the world as a whole, people, living things, nature, etc. Civilization.
Yeah.
That's what it should be, not this one little spot with dirt on it. Just, dude, you're like advocating for like more terror.
Also, when you say things like whites made this, when it was probably in the single digits percentage of the population that did this thing, because that was their fucking thing.
Like, stop it, man.
Like, John can invent indoor plumbing, but Bob might be the best plumber. It's like, I don't know.
Da Vinci? We made that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he'd be like, translation, what the fuck are you talking about? I made that.
What the fuck?
What was it? Man, I don't remember any of the Italian curse words. Fuck.
So yeah, I'm not even gonna go there.
Fuck are you? Fuck. Alright.
Oh, fuck are you? Alright, let's continue. Sorry, any Italians. Except for him.
It's quite alright.
I'm trying to offend him, but all of you guys, I'm sorry.
It's quite alright.
Civilization
Spaghetti.
is white civilization, and it is dying because the people.
See, I was just murking the individual.
Yeah.
White this and us and the group and what about you? Let's say Jared becomes president and Sally there on her computer like, yeah, I voted for him. Now what are you?
Yeah.
Is Jared listening to everything you say?
Are you a
Do
spoke?
you have his ear?
Yeah, are you spoke on the wheel? Or are you the wheel?
Be an individual. Own that shit. So then you don't have to own any mistakes that maybe a leader like Jared might make.
Yeah. Alright. Keep going.
But whatever.
People who created it and who alone can sustain it have lost their nerve. Without racial identity, our civilization really would be doomed.
Stop it.
That's
No.
Without
racial identity?
Yeah, without self-awareness, without self-identification, without self-understanding, without an existential process, without understanding your own psyche. I can keep going. They all have something to do with the individual. Then it leaves room for charlatans to come in and pick up the pieces and fill your head with whatever conditioning they want you to do.
Yeah.
And that's when civilization ends.
It's when they don't have an explanation.
I want my job back.
It's when they don't have an explanation or a solution to the problem, and they're gonna fucking, well, what's the difference between us and them? Oh, their race. And they'll stick with that.
And now I can control you. You're a rat in a cage, and all I have to do is move walls and change colors and give you different amounts of food, and you will act the way I want you to act. Obedient. You may think you're free, but it's like, no. We know it's just their egos.
By the way, if anybody says it's like, no, man, there's biological differences, it's like, probably not the ones you're thinking of, but yeah, I'm not wrong.
because it was built by our ancestors, people of our race. And if we abandon our homelands to people of other races, they will not, they cannot save our civilization for us. Racial identity fortifies your sense of attachment to your community, your obligations to your ancestors, and your duties to your children.
What are you doing?
This reminds me almost of, what was it?
Go back.
The Israel lobby.
Yeah. Go back a little bit. All right, yeah.
The Israel lobby, where they're like, they just took us on like a cruise, and they said they knew we were young kids, we're all gonna have sex with each other, but they made sure everyone there was Jewish, so they like keep their thing going. It's like, come on, where's the individualism in that?
Check out the picture.
Where's your happiness?
Just keep looking at that, okay?
Okay.
Everywhere you look, don't look at me. Everywhere there's a face. Wait.
I get it.
A white person who needs you. When you're a part of the white race and you're all alone.
Remember comment section. That was him.
See the numbers disappearing.
That was him.
Find a white person to carry you on. Everywhere you look, there's non-whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Community, your obligations to
That
your
better be
ancestors
someone he knows.
and your duties to your children.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Here you see Bernini's sculpture of Aeneas carrying his father and leading his son from the burning ruins of Troy. 3 generations of love and faithfulness. It's actually many more generations.
As far as I'm concerned, whatever happened in Troy was another example of people being ignorant and corrupt. Is it that hard?
Was it Helen of Troy and the son of, what were they? I forgot their names. Either way, I'm thinking of the movie.
Troy is the city.
No, and then they went into where? Where'd they use the Trojan horse at? Who cares? The point is, Helen of Troy left some guy.
Trojan horse went into Troy.
Really?
I think so.
Ah, and who's the other one?
On expert on that.
Point is, Helen of Troy left some dude for some other dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Oh,
see if they were like...
It was a king. Left for, begins with a P.
Who cares? Agamemnon. Whatever his name is. And point is, you see how, like, even in that story, it's like, the individual's happiness is not taken into account. Right? The girl must serve for the king or whatever. She can't follow her love.
Paris.
I don't know if that's true.
Me either.
And then the guy she goes to be with, he can't be himself because his family's probably telling him, like, no, you shouldn't do it. We made a deal. This will ruin everything. It's like, where's the individual at?
Yeah.
Imagine if they had that fixed right there and then. Helen of Troy would not have to worry about marrying some dude she doesn't want to.
No one has to worry about dying in a war.
Yeah.
Fuck.
for that shit.
For that. Yeah. And can you imagine
My pride.
Can you imagine
Army roundup? Can
you imagine the massive cognitive dissonance and conditioning and brainwashing has to be done in order to, guys, they took my girl. But our pride. They insulted us. Everyone's like this. Yeah.
I don't know if this is real, but in the movie, I think they had to convince him of something else. They had to convince him of conquering. Like, we're going to conquer.
I don't really want to go off a movie.
Yeah. That's all I
But either way, if there was a war, oh, you're silly.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Do you see what Aeneas' father is carrying? It's called the Penates. These are the household gods and represent all ancestors. That is to say, countless generations of love and faithfulness. This is your heritage. And with love and faithfulness, we can be worthy heirs to what we have inherited and leave even greater treasures to those who come after us.
Now, love and faithfulness. Love, sure. But what do you mean by faithfulness?
Not my heritage.
I think he means loyalty to your race, which is a scary notion.
I thought my ancestors came from Africa. Allegedly. Can I say it? Can I say it yet? Can I say it?
Like, how about loyalty to love itself?
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds all right.
That sounds awesome.
Meaning, if I love something, then that's what I move towards. If I don't love it, then I move away from it.
Yeah.
It's nice, simple, basic existentialism right there. Not loyalty for the sake of loyalty.
Yeah. I don't like you.
He may mean something else.
I don't like
to be fair.
I don't like you, but you're one of us. Come on. Huh?
Yeah. What if your leader was an asshole, but
Yeah.
you know, he was the only white guy to follow? It's like, God, what the fuck? This guy's a dick.
Racial identity is also a powerful antidote to nihilism and despair. It
No, it
reminds you
isn't.
that you are part of something
going.
vastly larger than yourself, that you have
No.
a glorious heritage. Racial identity means you are a link in the chain that goes back to the very beginnings of your people. A people without a sense of race, of identity, is not a people at all.
Yikes.
Once
We
again,
already broke down what identity is, you know. It's the individual itself.
yeah, see how
The individual, meaning not
whatever
others.
your names are watching, you see how your names are thrown to the side now? Now, and I mean that in like how you self-identify. Now, James is a name based in your culture. That's why you have the name James rather than...
Well, I have it because I chose it.
But you know what I mean? Once you throw away, like, this is all about the culture. Now my name is about the culture. And it's like, who am I? This is about the culture. And it's just on and on and on. It's the fucking machines in the Matrix. Like trying to burrow their way into the city and kill all the people. It's just trying to get to the self. as soon as we get, it's gonna.
The truth is,
The moral of that story is that they can't do anything once they reach the self.
yeah.
They destruct it at that point. Ask Agent Smith.
The truth is, I chose the name.
Okay.
That's it.
And a person without an identity is just a consumer.
It's mine now.
And a person without an identity is just a consumer. A person without self-identity, self-identification is just a conditioned biological being in a way, with the subconscious of a masterful being of the universe.
Which is why I call it like
You're trying hard to throw it away when
a potential, like a person that is a potential of an individual.
Oh, you're learning. You're going through the existential process, whether you like it or not.
It's like thinking about.
In order to experience all this, you have to be you, don't you?
Yeah.
Not your body on autopilot,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll seem like that if you keep diving into strictly conditioned roles rather than examining yourself. The unexamined life is not worth living. There's a reason why that's a saying. It's because you don't even realize you're existing if you don't examine yourself.
Yeah.
How do I feel about this?
Do the right thing, Spike Lee. Come on.
It's like you're living your life driving on the freeway every day to where you zone out and you don't even realize you're driving. You're just,
It becomes what's the word? Monotonous.
Maybe. That word's too complex for me.
Point is, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Talking, driving, wishing, and then all of a sudden, oh, you killed someone.
Yeah.
Guess who it was?
Doesn't have to be that dark.
Well, it was gonna get worse.
It could be a sunrise. It's like, oh shit. There's more than just driving.
It's like you get arrested. You killed someone. No, you killed 2 people, sir. Who? There's only 1 person in the car. Yeah, you're dead too. What? Gets thrown into the cell.
Too much.
Too much. It's never too much.
Unlike Mr. Watson, I believe the West can be saved, that we will make it great again.
Pause it.
We will make it
I
great.
agree. It can.
You're not helping Trump's
I
chances
can't-
by saying that.
I
But,
can't.
you know,
It can be saved, but not by you and not by your solution currently, or your lack of an idea, but on a shallow sense of it, not by your idea.
And also, first of all, I don't understand what he means by, if they mean by like, you know, Western collapse or any of that. I don't know exactly what detailed thing that is,
No, me either.
but you can help. The individual can help themselves if you become a moral force with this moral fortitude and this integrity that cannot be moved.
Yeah.
There is no tyrant that can get in your way.
Western men, white men, will muster the courage to defend their identity, their nations, their people, and their civilization. We built the West. We will save it. It will die only if we let it. Thanks for watching.
Okay. We.
Us, our.
Oh, you speaking French now? That
There's
Drake
no
song.
I and out, huh?
That Drake song.
Oh.
Why you saying we? Oh, what you speaking French now? That shit is trash, by the way.
It's funny.
It is funny. So yeah. Group thing.
We, us, our. No I.
Yeah.
You.
Be ready for 1984. Alright, that's it from us. Once again, always freaking comment late in the comment section. Like, or whether you like us or dislike us, leave a fucking comment. Make an argument.
Or ask to call in.
Or ask to call in. That works too. I guess subscribe if you feel like, because you may not agree with anything we're saying, but at the very least, we'll give you a chance to talk to us. Once we get our live stream back, we'll really get to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And whether we're not going to be like, oh, racist, you guys are racist.
No.
No, we're not doing that. So you are more than welcome. If you're just trolling, then that's a whole nother thing. But if you have a serious argument and it sounds racial, we're not going to like block you or ban you or anything. So please join the conversation. Subscribe, hit that bell. Yeah. Also, donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. One of our subscribers, his wife, had medical issues, and we've been trying to promote their website, their GoFundMe account, in all of our videos. So, at the very least, click on the link in the description box, read the story, and, make a donation. If you want a shout out, let us know. If you want a video request, let us know. But at the very least, just check it out. And with that said, give this video what I'm sure it's going to get a lot of thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.